Hello and welcome back to another week of the Korean Beauty Show podcast. I'm your host, Lauren Lee, the founder of Style Story, Australia's first online K-beauty store, and of course your guide to the world of all things K-beauty. I'm coming to you today live from the home of Korean beauty, which is Seoul, South Korea, and I am super excited to talk through some really interesting things that hit the headlines this week. The first of which is that the Korean Chamber of Commerce has predicted that the Korean cosmetics sector is expected to grow in the second half of this year. So what they've said is, despite a grim economic outlook generally, this sector is viewed more favorably than some of Korea's really traditional powerhouse sectors. Things like electronics, pharmaceuticals, and home appliances. K-beauty is actually expected to do better than them in the second half of this year. So that is a massive call. So obviously the chamber is putting a lot of faith in the K-beauty, sector of the market to do really well, to do good things. Of course, the situation economically around the world is looking particularly grim. The markets are, not looking hopeful in a lot of different countries. I know I was reading the news about the Australian situation, and they're raising interest rates and everything like that. So I think it will be a difficult second half of the year for a lot of different industries, for a lot of people and sectors. But fingers crossed, the Chamber of Commerce is saying that K-beauty will not be one of them. So we'll just have to take a look and see if that ends up playing out. Now, the second piece of news that I came across had me very intrigued indeed, and this is because it was a study into how to reduce irritation in retinol users. So retinol obviously is one of these ingredients that is, the gold standard in terms of anti-aging for many people, but a really big downside and a reason that a lot of people just cannot end up using it long term is because of the irritation. So a lot of people just experience so much irritation and such significant irritation that it's not worth it for them to continue using retinol, and then they go out and have to find other ingredients and products and things like that. And actually what I'm going to go through in a couple of weeks' time and put together, I've actually already put it together, a master list of some of the ingredients that Koreans love using instead of retinol for things like anti-aging and exfoliation and maintaining their skin in good nick. So make sure you stay tuned for that if that sounds like something of interest. But back to the study at hand. So this was a study conducted by LG Household and Healthcare, and the results, the conclusion is that they have identified 30 genetic markers related to the susceptibility of people to reduce retinol irritation. So what they did is they took 173 subjects for this test. They were all Koreans. So this is specific to Koreans in the sense that the data and the genetic data that they were talking about comes from Koreans. But what they did is they applied retinol for 3 days and then they had a rest for 4 days. And they did that repeatedly for 3 weeks. And what they did over that period of time was actually to increase the concentration of retinol. So they gave them slightly more each week. And then they were asked to fill out a survey. And I assume, although, they didn't list out what the questions were, or I don't have access to that information yet, but what they did was basically ask them, what is your irritation like? And what they said is that of the people that said, hey, I have sensitive skin, those people, a very high proportion of them, reported irritation from retinol. So probably to be expected, right? People that have sensitivities in general don't tend to do well with retinol. I will put my hand up and say I'm one of those people. And the report also found that those people were more likely to stop using retinol due to their irritation. The 3 most common side effects that those people that fell into that group had were burning, itching, and erythema. So like redness and things like that. And what the researchers then did is that they developed a new formula based on the data that they, I guess, put together about how to help reduce irritation while people are using these products. So the study successfully identified 30 genetic variants of 10 genes that are associated with retinol induced irritation. The investigation then identified materials that can alleviate that irritation, with obviously a view to developing new cosmetic formulas around this. I don't think they did this out of the goodness of their heart. They're trying to come up with, a new product that will be appealing to these people, that will help these people. And they've actually then now completed 2 domestic patent applications on the basis of the new cosmetic formulas that they have developed. So I thought that was a really, really interesting study. They are trying to lay the foundation for safer retinol use, and looks like there is actually a genetic component to it, to the people that are more likely to experience irritation. So hopefully long-term, this kind of data and research that is being conducted in Korea will be able to be, more widely applied and to a greater range of people, obviously not just genetic Koreans. But I was very, very interested to see this in the news headlines this week, because I am one of those people. I am not Korean, but I do definitely fall into the sensitive skin group. And I almost guarantee you, if I had been in this study, I would have been putting my little pinky finger up with irritated skin sometime during the 3 weeks. I don't know that I would have made it to the end. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed and holding out for whatever product that they have come up with. I think this is a really, really exciting exciting piece of work that they've been doing. And I'm really glad that people are looking into this, just because there are so many benefits of retinol, but finding the right one for your skin is the trick for a lot of people. So that was sort of rounding out our news headlines for this Tuesday's episode of the show. So I'd love to know if you also were interested to hear that, if that was something that has your ears burning, if you're thinking, yep, that sounds like me, come and find me and let me know. If there are other people out there that just can't seem to handle much retinol, please come and find me. I'm always up for a chat with other people that have the same issue as me. Now, on to our question of the week. And this was actually one that came through to Style Story through our website and was passed on to me because I thought this was going to be a really good topic to cover. The question was, how do I know which BB cream shade is right for me? So which Korean BB cream shade? And the simple answer is that there are a couple of ways you can go about it, the tricky way or the easy way. Now, the tricky way is to do what I did back in the day and basically just trial and error, waste a bit of money and, find out, trying to figure out which is right. The easier way to do it is to get in touch with our team. What we can do fairly quickly and easily for you, if you know your current foundation shade, or if you are willing or happy to send through a photo of your skin without makeup, send it through to our team and we will tell you the closest possible shade. Now, look, depending on your shade of skin, how light you are, how dark you are or whatnot, there may be a little bit of a trial and error period. And that is because obviously, as we've spoken about on the show before, Korean BB creams are not known for their massive range of different shades. This is not the kind of industry where you're going to see 50 different shades, just because think about who the products are being manufactured for and who the products are being made for. They're being made for Koreans. 2% of the population or something like that here is non-Korean. And I think a lot of those people are also Asian. So we're not working with a whole heap of different shades. However, there are a lot of shades that will be a good match for people, particularly if you are Asian, obviously. But, people that fall into the olive skin, Mediterranean skin, Caucasian skin, lighter skin, there are some darker shades, but I am going to be very honest and upfront and just say that is not as common in Kbeauty. That's just a fact. There's no way around that. But if you are trying to find out which is the best one for your team, that is just the easiest and quickest way, is to just come through to, you can either email us or get in touch any way you prefer, social media, whatever, and either let us know your current foundation shade or just send through a picture and we will be able to match you pretty closely to what is going to be the best one for you. So that is my answer. I hope that helps. I'm not sure if the person that submitted that question is actually a podcast listener, but in case you are, I think you already know all this, but there you go. So for anyone else out there that is wondering the same thing, that is the answer I would give you. Now, on to a couple of new Kbeauty products that are new to Style Story. The first one on my list, and this is not a brand new product, but it is new to us, and this has been one of those products that people have been asking about, and so we've curated it for you. It is Benton's Deep Green Tea Toner. There seems to be a lot of interest. People are really keen to try out products that contain green tea as a key ingredient. So this is one of those. It has 53% green tea, and they've taken it from Borsong, which is an area in Korea that is very famous for harvesting green tea. You can actually go and visit the fields, visit the plantations. It's not something I've had a chance to do yet, but I would love to do that one day. That's where they're taking their green tea from. So Benton recommends the product for those with sensitive skin and greasy skin. So in general, I would say green tea, it's a great all-round ingredient because it's naturally filled with antioxidants. A lot of the formulas I see it in Kbeauty, I think tend to work better for oily and combination skin. That's a little bit of a gross overgeneralization, but I think for the main part, a lot of the big brands and a lot of the products that come to mind that have green tea as a key ingredient, that's kind of who I would recommend them for. They don't tend to always work that well for, say, dry skin unless they've got something else in them. Just green tea itself, I think, it has lovely effects for helping to maintain the oil and water balance in the skin, but it's not always the best ingredient for, dryness or other concerns like that. So that is the type of product that Benton has created. It is free from artificial fragrance, coloring, dimethicones. If any of those are, issues for you, if your skin reacts poorly to those, then that is not in the formula. It's also containing glycerin and salic nigra bark extract. So lots of different ingredients in there. It's new. It's very nice and cheap and cheerful. So go and check that out if you are in the market for a green tea toner product. The other one on our list, now this one is one that we used to have on the website many years ago, and it I think fell out of popularity a little bit, but I'm guessing it must be back. People are searching for it again. They're asking for it again. So we have brought it back. It is a product called Secret Key Snow White Cream. And this is the kind of product, it's a tone-up cream. So basically it is going to liven your complexion. It is a really good option for dull skin and also for neutralizing redness. So the way I would suggest to use this is to use it as a primer before your foundation or BB cream. It's just an all-in-one base cream. That is how I would describe it. If that's the way you think of it, I think that's a good way to work out how to use it in your routine. It's a sort of base product that will help neutralize any sort of tone issues and brighten the face up before you get to your foundation step of the routine. So in a nutshell, that's what it does. The product is Secret Keys Snow White Cream. So check that one out if you are after just a really cheap option for a base product. That is a good one for you to try. So they were the new products that we had landing. We've got quite a few new releases coming up, which I will talk you guys through over the next couple of weeks, including our own new release from Jellico. So that product is now ready. We have another product on its way. So once that arrives in the States and in Australia, I will be introducing that to you guys. That is a product that has been in production since June 2020, so a really long time, and it's finally ready. So I'm so excited to finally introduce you guys to that one. So that will be coming up soon in a couple of weeks. But for now, we have a couple of new reviews for products on the website. And the first one was a 5-star review for Mishra's BB cream. So this is their M Perfect Cover BB cream. This product, honestly, is a cult favorite. It has been popular since I first got into Kbeauty, pretty much. Like, it is a golden oldie. It is beloved by so many people, even people that aren't really into makeup. People just love this BB cream. So Our reviewer said, best BB cream I've used. I don't usually leave reviews, but I absolutely had to for this BB cream. I've heard Lauren talk about it on her podcast and was really keen to try it out for myself. I've got shade 21 and it's just perfect for everyday wear. It blends so easily and looks like my own skin, but better. I'd say it's light to medium coverage and gives my skin a really lovely glow. I do find it goes on a little bit shiny and I've got an oily T-zone. So I set it with Innisfree No Sebum powder and that works really well for me. And best of all, I don't feel like I'm wearing anything, but I feel confident that my skin looks really healthy and even toned. Absolutely love this cream and I will definitely repurchase. Special thanks to Lauren for helping me choose which shade to buy. She was spot on. Shade 21 is perfect for me. Woo! Okay, I'm super happy to hear that. So, I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. That is pretty much everything that I love about this product as well. I love that it doesn't feel like anything on your skin. That is one thing over the years that I've just developed a real aversion to, products that I can feel on my skin. If I get to the end of the day and I can feel it on my skin, all I want to do is run home and just wash it off my face. I don't know if you guys are the same. I think I have a really low threshold. I don't wear a whole lot of makeup these days, particularly because, you know, during the pandemic, it was just kind of pointless. You were walking around in a mask most of the time. But I've just noticed over the years that really the heavier and the thicker and the more clogging it feels on my skin, I just have to rush home and just wash it all off. But a really great tip there from our reviewer, if you do tend to go a little bit oily, to set it with a translucent powder, something like Innisfree's No Sebum powder, absolutely perfect. That will do the trick. So thank you so much for leaving your review. I'm so happy to help out and I'm really glad to hear that was a good shade match for you. The other review that we've had for this week is a 5-star review for Jellicoe's Dewy Glaze Toner. And our reviewer said, I can't stop using this. I am shook and so excited to see what else Jellicoe will bring out, because no joke, the steam cream is my favorite moisturizer and now this toner is my favorite. Texture is like a thick watery gel. The smell is yummy, and that was in caps, like lollies but not sickening. Absorbs in amazing, layers well, and is also the only product I can use on the sensitive skin on my chest and décolletage area that doesn't give me red bumps. Thank you so much to our reviewer. I'm so happy to hear that you're loving it and that it's working well for you. And yeah, keep the reviews coming, guys, if for no other reason than to earn those sweet, sweet points so that you can redeem money off your next purchase. That is, you know, in addition to helping other people out, you will also be helping yourself out. So, you know, sharing's caring. Make sure you leave your reviews so that I can read them out and so that other people can obviously read them as well. That is the main point, and very, very helpful for people when they're trying to decide which product is going to be right for them. So on to the last section of Tuesday's episode, which is, of course, the recommendation of the week. So obviously on the weekend, it was Mother's Day. So this one I have is for the mums, maybe the soon-to-be mums, if you know anyone that's about to be a mum. And the recommendation is for a baby carrier, literally like the kind of carrier that you wear over you when you're carrying your baby. This one is by a Korean brand, hence it's making it into the show. The brand is called Pogne. It's Pogne, and it is literally one of the most popular products in Korea for mums, for new mums, for people that are looking for baby carriers. It has basically swept all the awards in Korea. It's, you know, officially certified by lots of different organizations. It's won the #1 best brand for children. It was #1 in South Korea's Consumer Satisfaction Index for 3 years in a row. It was awarded the Grand Prix of France's e-fluent mums. So it's popular all around the world. I have checked, and you can buy it overseas. You can buy it in lots of different countries. You can buy it in Japan. You can buy it in France, in Australia, in the US. And if you can't find a domestic person selling this carrier, I think you will be able to find someone that can ship it from Korea to you. Now, why is this so good? It's because it's a 3-in-1. So, you know, a lot of baby carriers, you know, if you're looking at, I don't know, some of the really, really popular ones that are sold overseas, it's literally just a baby carrier. And some of them, you know, you can't wear your baby facing outwards, you can only wear them facing inwards, and also you can't necessarily wear them on your back. This one has the normal baby carrier function like you would, you know, remember from other versions, but it also has a hip seat, which is basically a thing that juts out from your hip and creates a fake hip for your baby to sit on. It's super, super handy, and you can either wear that attachment by itself, and so just sort of hug your baby or child into you. You can use them up until they're about 2-3 years. I've even seen like kids that look a lot older than that being held by their parents in these hip seats, so very versatile. The other way you can wear it is attach the carrier to the hip seat. So it's honestly it's such a great product. It is an amazing product to gift someone if you're going to a baby shower or anything like that. It's just so useful. It's so innovative. It has lots and lots of different attachments that you can add to it. For example, like the teething attachments, so that if your baby is teething, when they bite onto the carrier, it's, you know, I think it's made out of bamboo, but it's basically like just an organic way for them to be chomping on something that you can then remove and then wash it. It also has zips, so that in summer, you know, obviously if you're wearing your child on you, you both get really, really hot and sweaty. So this is one where you can actually unzip it and then you get more airflow into both of you. It's got the attachments that you can put on to cover baby's head as well. It's just super versatile. It's so useful, and yeah, I absolutely love it. I totally recommend it to anyone. So that product, once again, is Pognae, Pognae. I will have a link to it in today's show notes, but I just thought that is a classic example of Korean design, development, production that is really, really just killing it in its sphere. Everything is made in Korea, and very, very rigid quality management as well. And it's a really popular product if you check out Korea's department stores and duty-free stores as well. So that is just a little recommendation, because I know it was just Mother's Day. So if anyone in your circle or whatnot is coming into that phase of their life, I guess, that is a Korean product that I really, really love, that I can highly recommend, and hopefully some other people will enjoy using it as well. All right, guys, I am going to leave it there for this week. I hope you are having a good start to your week. I will, of course, be back on Thursday with our deep dive episode. We're going to be doing something a little bit different on Thursday. It's a new trend that I've noticed that I wanted to run you guys through. So stick around, make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss out. And until then, I will see you on Style Story.